Hey guys, what is up? It's your boy Vijalarazzi here, and today is Thursday, which means I've got a Bitcoin weekly update for you guys. Quite a bit has happened since our last update. We've had quite the sell-off going on inside of the Bitcoin market. Some of the news about the ETF caused it to dump, plus just a number of different things. Welcome to crypto. We're in the bear market and things like to dump. There's a couple things that I'm going to be changing in today's video. My primary account is going to be a little bit different. However, I also have a secondary account that I'm going to throw in here for you guys to kind of keep you guys a little bit more updated on what's to come, because I think that right now is a very decisive time in Bitcoin where we're going to find out whether we're going to go lower in price or whether we're going to maintain momentum on the upside. So I'm going to dive into this chart and kind of give you guys my thoughts, my opinions, and what to expect moving forward. Taking a look at the 4-hour chart, I'm going to go in through here and mark where we left off last update. We had our 1 wave, and then we were working on the 3 wave before we moved into the 5. So I'm actually going to be changing a couple things here. This wave 1 is not actually going to be wave 1 because the 1 of the 1 in this wave actually invalidates the Elliott wave structure. So this is going to be our new updated count. 5 followed by C retrace. So this is where we left off last update. And now last update, we were trying to see whether or not support was going to hold at about this area. I told you guys that I figured price would bounce right here, considering how this was a strong area of demand from this inverse head and shoulder pattern. However, we got a very decisive breach through that, which invalidated that support, and now we're back trending inside of this formation that happened here. Something to keep in mind with these Elliott waves, as long as this doesn't retrace 100% of this wave 1, then this Elliott wave cycle is good to go. We are getting very close to that point of deciding if Bitcoin is going to break back in lower or we're going to go higher. There's a couple things that I want to keep in mind here. This count right now that we're working on is going to be my secondary count. So keep this in mind. I do believe that we are going to see lower lows. I think that with this extreme sell-off that we had happen since our last update, it kind of made me feel a little bit more bearish on the whole scenario because we are in a bear market. But for now, I just want you guys to know that this is going to be my secondary count. So what was my primary and what I have been updating you guys has changed, and this is now my secondary count, but I'm still going to keep you guys updated with what this count is doing, just in case it were to reverse and continue on how I originally thought it would. We finished our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, and we're currently working on the ABC retrace back on to support. If we come in here and count the subwaves, this would be wave 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's wave 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 down. So we have just finished the 5 wave down. So based off of this count, we have finished retracing back onto support of this ABC retrace. It is possible that we could dip a little bit lower, but the way that this count is looking, we have finished the 5 wave, so I'm not expecting that necessarily. So with this retrace, if we can continue and bounce back on the upside, this Elliott wave market cycle, then what this is going to look like is a 1 wave. We've retraced, and now we're working on the 2 wave. Which I think could very easily put us at about 12,000 for this next move. If we were to continue and move on the same way that we have been, I think that this 3 wave puts us at about 12,000, and then the 5 wave would put us at about 14. But this is only if we can maintain support down here and continue to go back on the upside. Next, I'm going to transition my screen, and I'm actually going to show you guys my new updated primary account and where I think Bitcoin is going to be headed in the future. Taking a look here, this is going to be my new updated primary account for you guys. I recently changed my opinion because of the fact recently we had this very strong sell-off. We have very strong sell volume still coming into this market, which tells me that there's still a whole lot of selling pressure in this market, And just because we had a little bit of a rally on the upside does not mean that the whole trend is going to reverse. In fact, we did get rejected off of this resistance. If we could have held support a little bit higher, then I would have stuck with my primary count. But the fact that we're selling off so strongly kind of indicates that there is a lot more sellers still left in this market that need to push the market a little bit lower before everybody capitulates, and then we can move back on the upside. We finished the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're currently working on the retrace, which I think is complete at the bottom of this 5. Now, something to keep in mind, guys. This, zoom out a little bit more. The previous move looked a little something like this. And then what recently just followed was an A, B, C retrace, and now we're going back on the downside. We had our first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, and now I am expecting a bounce and a little bit of a pullback before we continue back on the downside. So I'm going to draw what I'm expecting to see through the Elliott waves. So this is going to be the 1 move. Wherever we finish retracing is going to be the bottom of our 1 move. And then we'll move back on the upside for a 2. Now this 2 can take us a couple different places. I'm expecting about a 50% retrace of this market structured right here, because that actually is a very strong area of resistance that we have been following. So I'm expecting prices are going to finish retracing, they're going to bounce up to test this resistance line, and then they're going to go back on the downside and fall. I think that this 3 wave is going to break through previous support here. And then I think we'll get a bounce and a retest of this previous low of this first of the 1 wave, and then we'll bounce lower on the downside, which I think personally, I think that 48 will, anywhere from about 45 to 48 is going to give us the best bounce probabilities, because if I zoom out, I'll show you why. This previous high is going to put us at about 4,800, and I'll go down to 46 so we can really make sure we're getting the full bounce here. So about this entire area is where I'm going to be expecting a bounce after the retrace. Keep in mind, this is my primary target, so I am expecting us to go a little bit lower, and we'll see more short-term downside to come. So be watching out for this. I am expecting a strong bounce to come and retest this downward pointing wedge resistance. Now that we are back inside of that, I'm expecting that we'll reject back off of that, and then we'll come down for our 3 wave, break support, get another short-term bounce before we head back on the downside to about 4,800. Now, something to keep in mind, the BitMEX CEO, he actually came out and said that he expects about $5,000 to be the bottom, and I think that he might be correct. I don't know if you can't say that it's going to be the bottom. Every time we get a bounce, every trader and analyst out there likes to say that we've hit the bottom and now we're going to go back on the upside. But that's just not the case. We really aren't going to be bouncing on the upside until we break a few major resistance points and then hold support upon those. So this is going to be what I'm watching out for. So this is going to be my updated primary count. I'll keep you guys updated with my alternative count as well, but I want you guys to know that I have changed my mind now that we have dumped back inside very strongly into this downward pointing wedge. I do believe that we are going to see some more downside to come in this bearish market. I do not think the bearish is over. The bears still have control of this market, so there's really no point in saying that it's going to go up higher until it proves you right and goes up higher. So this is going to be what I'm watching for the now, guys. This is my new primary account. I'll keep you guys updated on my trading view so you guys know what to expect moving forward. Same with my alternative count, so if you haven't followed me on TradingView, I highly recommend that you go do that. Keep yourself updated with what's to come on my charting analysis. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, always remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.